let's talk about designs that I absolutely cannot wait to make. I have a lot of projects that are nearing completion, and that means that I have been feeling the itch to start something new. So I have been looking through my yarn, looking through my Ravelry queue, and I thought that I would sit down with you and take you through my queue so that you can see what projects I just absolutely cannot wait to make. The way that I personally use my Ravelry queue is to keep track of the patterns that are at the top of my mind. They're ones that I can't work on right now, but I want to work on as soon as I can. I have the yarn for a lot of them, but not all of them. But they are the projects that are just calling to me, constantly calling to me, dream projects, ones that I absolutely have to make. So let's get started. These are not necessarily in any order. They're kind of in a vague order of how soon I want to cast them on, just because some are sweaters and I'm just not ready for sweaters right now. So they're at the bottom of the list, but that doesn't mean that I'm less excited about any of them. First up, the Everything's Pine tank from Laura Murphy, or Murphy Made Crochet on Instagram. I have yarn for this. I want to use this sock set from the Little Wolf Knits. This is this was a set that was released during Sock Week last year. Sock Week is a week-long sock knitting make-along run by Natalie of Love and Stitches, and Brianna of the Little Wolf Knits dyed this sock set for Sock Week. How many times can I say sock? These colors are called Up at Dawn, and the mini is Shark. And I feel like this would be great in the Everything's Pine tank to use the shark as the little details on the bottom, and then the rest could be Up at Dawn. I feel like it's gonna be great. I can't wait to make this. I have been wanting to start this pattern all summer. This was like the thing I wanted to make this summer, and I just keep starting other things instead. I don't know what's going on with me. I think once I get a couple of my projects wrapped up, which should be pretty soon, this is the next one. Hold me to it. Next up are two patterns that I'm deciding between. The first is the Pineapple Upside Down Cape by LCK Crochet. And the second is the Romance Cardi by Anastasia R. Smith. And you can see that they both have a pineapple stitch motif. They're both crochet, and I can't decide which one I want to do. I originally found the Pineapple Upside Down Cape, and the name was so funny to me, and I thought it looked really cool. But upon closer inspection, it does seem that the waistband hits some people at a funny spot. I have no idea how modifiable the pattern is. Maybe they chose the waistband there, so that might not be an issue. But I was also not super thrilled with the size range available for this. So I was looking for other similar garments, and I found the Romance Cardi. And I don't know if I love the bobbles on that. Just like stylistically, just not my personal style. But it has a really great size range, and people do... My husband is calling me. So I'm undecided. The yarn that I got initially is this Respect from Lion Brand in the color Straw. It's this kind of heathery golden yellow color, and I thought it would be fun in the pineapple stitch motif, and I was also looking for something that would be kind of neutral that I could wear with a lot of outfits. let me know what you think. Let me know if you've made either of these or if you have something even that might be similar and a different pattern that I haven't found yet. So these two patterns aren't really on my queue because I want to make them. They're on my queue because I really want to make something like this and I can't decide what I want to do. Help. Next up is something that I don't have yarn for yet, and this is the Chrysalis wrap by Kenyon of Ken Yarn, and this is just gorgeous. Jake posted a reel, I believe, on Instagram when he was working this up, and I just knew I needed to make it. I just think it is so gorgeous. I bought the pattern as soon as it was released, and I can't find the yarn that's perfect for it. I do have a lot of single skeins. It requires 2 colors, 1 skein of each. I have a lot of single skeins, but I can't find that perfect combo that's inspiring me. So this pattern is sitting in wait until I find something perfect. I love the vibes that that Jake has with this deep blue and that pinky, speckly, whitish kind of thing. I'm clearly not a yarn dyer or someone that's good at explaining yarn. But I love the vibe of the original sample and I just can't figure out what yarn that I have or what yarn I want to buy to make it. Suggestions definitely welcome. Next is actually a very recent find for me, and that is the Umbria Summer Top by Cookie the Knitter. And this, I saw it and it immediately went on my queue. This didn't go to sit in my favorites for me to think about. It went straight to my queue because something about it was just perfect. It just looks great. The original sample is made in silk, which probably gives it that amazing drape that it has, but oh, I knew I needed to make it. And I think I would like to make it in this Ken Yarn fingering. Ken Yarn is a theme, I guess, in this episode. And the color of this is called Garnish. It's this kind of eucalyptus-y almost color. It's very gloomy here today, so I have to have my overhead lights on and they're pretty warm, so I don't think it's doing a great job of showing the color. If I can, I'll insert a picture with a better color of it. I just think it's gonna look great in this Umbria Summer Top. I think this might be my next knitting cast on once I wrap up my current projects. I know I said I was gonna start my Everything's Pine tank, but knitting projects and crochet projects are 2 different things. So I can still have a next project in both of those categories. I think that this one might be my next one. It's just beautiful. I love the way that the collar falls open. I love the broken rib stitch. I can't wait. Speaking of broken rib stitch, the next 2 patterns go together, and they are the Red Rocks Racerback and the Red Rocks Split Skirt by Amanda of Lovely by Lee. I love this set. It is so cool. It looks so good together. They look so good separately. If you look through the projects on Ravelry, every single one looks amazing. I really want to make it. I'm not sure what I want to make it out of yet. Amanda does suggest Lion Brand Pima Cotton, and I do have some in the color Patagonia, which I've considered using, but I also am not sure if I want mine to be a solid because I think that that might be really, really wearable as separates or together. I have a lot of Lion Brand jeans in top stitch, the like coppery kind of color. And so I did consider making it in that as well. I don't know. I feel like an acrylic could get pretty hot, but a cotton does stretch out. Do I want to make it in a wool? Help me, because I really want to make this before the summer is over. I really want to be able to wear it while the weather is still nice. So please give me some guidance. Let me know what you would use to make the Red Rocks Racerback and Red Rocks split skirt. Should I go salad? Should I go speckled? Should I go plant-based? Should I go wool? I don't know. I'm very confused, but I just know I need to make it. I need it in my life. Next up is Brioche Adventure by Jonatan Tollow. And this has been on my favorites list for quite a while because I do enjoy a nice simple brioche. I haven't done any kind of very complicated brioche yet, but a nice back and forth is good for me. It's very enjoyable and it makes a beautiful fabric. And then quite a while ago, Long Dog Yarn came out with a Princess Bride collection. And I'm gonna hold this up really quick and then put it down because it's crinkly and reflective. I will put a better picture in of the mini skein set. And then there was also a sock set in the collection. And I bought these with the intention of making the Brioche Adventure shawl. I wanted to take the mini skeins. They're all named after like things or quotes from the movie, and I want to put them in the order that things appear in the movie, and then use this sock set, which is called As You Wish, on either end. And I think it's gonna be amazing. The only reason I've been putting this off is because brioche requires me to concentrate, and I have just not had the brain space for that right now. But I think it's gonna be such a heartwarming, lovely, cozy knit for the fall. I will cast this on before the end of 2023. This is another one I want you to hold me to. Make me cast it on because it's gorgeous and I can't wait to wear it. Almost there. The next couple projects are sweaters. And the first one is Stripes by Andrea Mowry, or should I say Stripes by Andrea Mowry. I have yarn picked out for this. I live in Connecticut and I went to Stars Hollow Yarn for my birthday last year. That was what I wanted to do. They're about 2 hours away from us. And I really wanted to go and check it out because I love Gilmore Girls, I love yarn, and I wanted to go to Stars Hollow Yarn. So I went and I did some damage. The next 2 projects that I have the yarn for because of that trip to Stars Hollow Yarn. So this yarn is from the Fiber Company. And it is called Amble Wandering Souls, and it is a blend of washable merino wool, alpaca, and recycled nylon. And this is the first time I had seen alpaca in a washable form. So I wanted to try it and see if I could handle alpaca, because sometimes I'm a little sensitive to certain wools and mohair and stuff. Probably a 5 skein long sleeve sweater is not the way to test if a fiber is good for you, but it was my birthday and I was swept up in the fun. So I have this color called White Heather, and then Buttermere, which is just freaking awesome. It's like this goldy puke olive green. Then Walk Me Home, and I'm not going to be able to hold these anymore. This blue is called Windermere? Yeah, Windermere. And then this brownie gold is called Cat Bells. Honestly, oh my god, those are so pretty together, just those two. So, let me hold this up. Try and hold it up for you. Ah! This is what I'm planning for my stripes sweater. I did consider, that was the wrong one. I did consider getting rid of this lighter color and just doing that, but I also thought that maybe this would help bring in some kind of more springy vibes. I don't know. We'll see. I was very inspired by Vine. Kristen of Vine knit a stripes sweater, and it's not the same palette as this at all, but it's gorgeous, and it inspired me to kind of, I don't know, it somehow inspired this palette, even though it's not the same palette. I was kind of thinking about her while I picked out these colors. I don't know. It was over a year ago that I got this yarn for this project. I still want to do it, but I couldn't tell you where my head was at when I was picking out this yarn. But I think it's really pretty. And last but not least, I have the Great Gingham Raglan by Jessie May or Jessie Maed Designs. I saw Erin of Coast to Coast Yarn Co. Started a podcast recently, and Erin's version was just so good that I completely copied the color palette. I couldn't not. I needed to have that color palette. I didn't get exactly the same yarn, but it's gonna look exactly the same. So I have this Swan's Island in the color Fresh Water. So I have this beautiful light blue, and then I got Spin Cycle dyed in the wool in the color Salty Dog. So these will go together. The blue will be the main color, and the Salty Dog will be the contrast that creates the gingham part. I have been putting this off because I am very bad at color work and very afraid of color work. So I really want to make it, but I'm scared of it. I will probably end up doing a short sleeve because long sleeves, color work, tiny circumference, I don't think I can handle it. I don't even know if I can handle the body of it. So please send me encouragement. Let me know that I can do it because I really want it. I'm just afraid. All right, so that was my Ravelry queue. It was 10 projects, which worked out nicely. I didn't plan it that way. That's actually just what's there on my queue. Technically only 9 actual projects because there are the 2 that I'm deciding between, but those are all the patterns that are on my mind currently. And let me know if you've made any of them. Let me know what you think of my yarn choices, or if you have any suggestions for the projects that I still need to pick out yarn for. I'm so excited for every single one of these projects. I truly cannot wait to get them going. So we'll see which one ends up on my hooks and needles first. Take care of you, have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye!